Hello, I'm Mrs. Parent from Beardsley Library, and we are going to do our craft now that goes along with the story we read this morning. We read this great little book. It's a lot of fun, called Little P, and it's about his life, things that he likes to do, things he likes to get involved in, but he's got one problem, and if you read this book, you'll see how he resolved it. So, this is the craft that we're going to be making. We have our little baby P. Here, let me show you. Here he is. And the mama and the daddy, and we have them all in a pea pod. So you can make this craft just like this if you want, or you can end up putting vines around it. However you want to add and embellish it, that would be great too. So let's get started. Let's see what we need for supplies. Okay, so you're going to need a green piece of construction paper, red and black markers. It's just a scrap piece of red for their mouths, their little mouths. A pencil. You're going to need your glue stick and scissors and a cup. If you use this cup, you could use the bottom for the little P and the top of it to trace for the parents. Okay, so let's start with our pea pod because we're going to want to glue it to the back to a backing. So we're going to fold a piece of construction paper in half, lengthwise like this, and if you want, you can just go down and up to draw our pea pod on there. So then we're going to cut down. And you wanted to fold it in half so you can have two pieces, so you can glue one flat onto the back, and then glue one a little bit lower so that you can have a gap in it to slip your little peas in there. So here you got a little pocket we make. He just disappeared. So you can play with them that way. Or you can glue them down if that's what you prefer. So we'll get this going first. We'll glue this down first on our blue paper. You can use whatever background paper you prefer. I'm going to use another piece of blue. So this one gets glued all over, all to the edges. So you want it to stick securely on our background paper. I mean, you can use yellow, you can use blue, darker blue if you want. So let me put that on there. And then for this piece, you just want to glue it just at the edges of this semicircle, not at the top, the edges of the semicircle, so that it will stick just at the bottom together. And it leaves this little opening so that you can put your the little peas from your pea pod down inside. So we'll just kind of put it on a little bit, just a tiny bit lower than the one that we put on the paper first. Okay, then we're going to press it down and pat it down, and we're going to leave it and you can also kind of just puff it up a little bit and leave it to dry while we are making tracing out our little pea family. All right, so if you have a scrap of green construction paper, we can just trace out the two parents that are in this story. Oops. And then trace out the little baby, little P. This will give us two of them, just in case you want to have twins. All right, so let's cut out our circles. And then we can put eyes and cut out our little red mouth. And however you want to put them. I put little eyelashes on the mother. I put a different kind of smile on her. So that is totally up to you. So here's our two adults that represent the two little adults in the story. And then we'll do the smaller fella. Do you like to eat peas? Is that one of your favorite vegetables? Okay, so here is our little pea family. So you're going to take your, let's just do the eyes first, or the mouth first, okay? So, the little guy who snuck down inside here, we'll put him over here so you can see. He just has a little mouth, so we'll just go from here to here. Give him a nice little smile. And if you don't like it, you could always just make another one. And we'll do the daddy one, a little bit bigger, and we'll give the mama one a real nice grin, because if you look in the book, you'll find examples of their smiles. And I'll cut out a couple just in case I like one a little bit different, or it doesn't glue on right. I will have an extra. So here's the daddy one. I'm going to trim it a little bit. All right, here we'll do a mama. My mama's smile is she's just such a happy mom. In the story, she likes reading bedtime stories to her little tiny pea baby. And then this is to the little pea's mouth. He is a happy little guy, except for one instant in the story, and you will find out what that is when you watch the video. So here's his little smile. Now what I did here is I outlined him in black. You don't have to do that. I'm going to show you like the basics for what you can do here. And then, like I said, you can do any kind of embellishments that you want. Anything that you want to add to your picture, that is a fun thing to do, to use your imagination. So we're gluing on all their little mouths. All right, and they just got little eyes. So we're going to put some little eyes on top of their heads. I'm using black. You can use whatever color you want. And then here's the mama. I'm going to give her some eyelashes. And here's the little baby. Oh my gosh, he looks so cute. He's so happy. And then he's got some little dots by his eyes that are red. So we'll put those on too, because that's what was in the book. But you certainly don't have to do that. All right, so our pea family is ready. Again, if you want, you can put the outline around. And another thing I did with the mama is I put some little pink circles for her cheeks. So we'll put them back over here in their pea pod, and we'll see how our pea pod has done. Oh, it's dried nicely. Look at that. So then we can put our family in here too. There we go. 3 peas in a pod. That was a fun craft to do. I hope you enjoyed our story time today, and I hope you enjoyed this craft, and you have a great week, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.